I don't know all of you, so I need to just tell you my story real quick. I spent 30 years at a community college right down the road called Alamance Community College, and I was a vice president there. Don't get all caught up in that because there were 7 of us. I was the best though. At least I told everybody I was. And I was the vice president of corporate education, so I spent my time going out to companies, and I know this exact number because I say it all the time. In Alamance County, the county we're in now, where this conference is, I was in 163 companies, and I would go out and help them with all kinds of things. Things like culture, things like teaching their leaders to be leaders and supervisors and managers to be managers and supervisors. Teaching them not me, but teaching them how to read blueprints. I had 250 instructors that I would send out. And then I went out and spoke to all these companies' home offices, like LabCorp, did all their training. My claim to fame to this day is I won the 2014 LabCorp Employee of the Year for the whole country. Now, I never worked there. So, fast forward to now, I'm working at the Alliance. But that journey to the Alliance was unusual because I was probably going to stay at that college and retire with 40 years of service. But Andy Albright and our paths collided, and he convinced me that I could do more with my life than hang out with a bunch of state employees, because they could film the Walking Dead movie over there and not have to get anybody to play or act. So it's been October of 2011 will be 10 years, Andy, 10 years where you met me in the summer in July. Right now, he met me and he said, I got this thing going on in October. You want to come be a keynote speaker? I'm like, yeah. I say, how many people you got? He's about 1,500. I'm not really used to that. But I decided I would take him on, and I came in here, but it wasn't in here. It was in there. And I remember it like it was yesterday. And I spent 5 years moonlighting from that college. They didn't know it, but because it's kind of illegal to moonlight from the state employee system. But I did it. And then around 2016 to be exact, December 2016, I started to work full-time here at the Alliance for Andy, and I've been here ever since, and that's where we're at right now. And I'm up here speaking to you fine folks. Yep. So I've carried a lot of hats here at the Alliance, and a lot of different things I do. I don't want to get into all the things I do, but here lately, I've been doing something new that I'm excited about, and Andy said, get up there and tell them what you're doing now. I'm a little concerned about it, a little bit concerned about telling you about it, because now you're going to know that I do it. Been kind of be on the down low between me and Andy. So Andy said, hey, I got about 7 guys, girls I want you to work with, see what you can do. They haven't been doing anything over a year. They got some potential, but they're not doing anything. How about you working with them? Well, I worked with them in May and June, and in June I got those 7 individuals to write 29 apps. I thought that was pretty good. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. How about that? So I'm up to 24 people because the secrets got out. I bet it's going to really get out now. Don't all of you be calling me at one time. I can't work with all of you. All right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pretend that you're going to give me somebody you think has potential, but they've been kind of sitting down, not doing anything for a while, or a brand new person because you don't want them to get into any bad habits. Either way, anyway, I don't care. The procedure is this procedure. So what I do is I interview them to decide whether I'm a fit in their life and whether they think that they want to work with me and whether I want to work with them. Because if they don't, I don't want to work with them. Right? I'll go to somebody else. So this is what I ask them, and my whole talk's wrapped around this. So I'm going to go through these 4 questions, and I'm going to come back to each one as I have time to do that. Right? So the first question I ask people, yeah. Yeah, yeah, very low standard. I'm very tolerant. Yeah, very low standard. Now I'm hoping as we go through this, my standards get a little higher. But yeah. That's me and Andy's dream right now is that my standards go up. But right now I'm taking everybody, just like the Statue of Liberty. Everybody. Yeah, and I've heard some stories. Y'all got some stories. I'm not telling them today because they're disturbing. This is a happy event. All right, so first question I ask them. Now, I'm going to tell you this. These first two questions, people just kind of, oh, yeah. Go to the next one. Yeah. Right. Now, you know what? If we get messed up on this first question, it's going to screw up the rest of it. But they lie on the first two questions. I don't think intentionally lie. I don't think they understand the question. So I'm going to be very clear today what the question is. All right? First question. Do you want to do this? Well, hey, if I ask the whole crowd here, you bought a ticket, you're sitting here, do you want to? Well, yeah, hell yeah, I want to do this, yeah. No, you don't. You're already lying. That's not a good way to start off a relationship, is telling me that big fat lie. Do I want to do this? What I mean is, do you want to sell insurance? Do you understand that's what we do? I'm real clear about that up front. Oh, you sell, yeah. I said, you want to be an insurance salesperson. Is that what you want? You want to do this? This is a career move. Yeah. Then that kind of gets yeah. That's what y'all do? I'm like, yeah. What do you think we did? All right, so the second question, and by the way, the first question will tell me everything I need to know, where they answer it, how they're going to be sincere about the third question. The first question correlates to the third question, and the second question correlates to the last question. Keep that in mind. All right? Second question. Do you need to? See, I don't like when people go, no, I got all the money I need. I'm independently wealthy. Well, this is not going to work out. I need you to have some need financially to do this. Most of you do, thank God. Most of you got bills. Yeah. So we kind of blasé go through those first two. Here's where I lose them on the third and fourth question. And actually, I have ticked people off. I've offended people with the third and fourth question. I don't understand it. So the third question, are you willing to sell insurance? What I mean by that, and I clarified for them, I don't just let it hang out there. Are you willing to make it a priority? And they go, can I have an example? I'm like, yeah, let's do an example. An example would be good at this point. Are you willing to make it a priority? Are you willing to, let's say, for example, if you say you're going to do dials on Mondays for 2 hours, and they go, yeah, I can do that. I'm like, yeah, I know you say you can do that. So 2 hours, 80 dials, and then I talk to them once a week, right? And I try to figure out, hey, how many apps can you submit? Because that's the metric I'm holding them to once a week, how many apps you can submit. So they tell me, oh, I didn't do but 25 dials. I'm like, why did that happen? Well, something better came along. My kid had a ball game, and I don't miss my kid's ball game. You see, I don't think they understood the question. Are you willing to? Which means, hey, I want you to put your kid, your wife, your husband, your church, your family, everything above this business except when you schedule 2 hours to dial. Those are my 2 hours now. You got to make it a priority. And they're like, oh, that's what that means. Ooh, I don't even want to go to the fourth question. The fourth question is, are you going to do it? See, I don't really care about whether you're willing to, you want to, you need to. I want to know, are you going to do it? See, what I should have said in that second question, but I didn't want to scare the crap out of them, is I should have said, Do you need to? No, no, no. Do you have to? Because there's a distinction between needing to do something and have to do. I know a lot of people that need money and need to change their life, but they ain't going to. But hey, guess what? Guess what? If I can get them in a have-to mode, a have-to mode would be your car's about to be impounded. The cops are coming to get it. If you don't get it inspected today, right now, guess what they're going to do? They're going to move heaven and earth to get that car inspected. I need them to treat this business like that, into a have-to mode. So, keeping that in mind, what I do is I get to the going to stage, and then that's when I hit them with my 3-number plan. We're not even talking about issue paid. Just submit something. All right, so the second number is your goal. This is what you need to hit to make this worth your while. This is what you need to hit to pay your bills. All right? The third number is a number that we could call it your pie in the sky number. It could change your life number. You know, you can take a breath number. So some people's numbers go like this: 135, 246, whatever. My goal, if I'm working with you, and when I'm done with you, and there is a time limit on my help, either my patience or you hit this goal. What I have for you is a goal. I want to get you to write 10,000 issue paid 3 months in a row. Then I'm going to hand you back to your upline, and I'm going to go to help some more people that need my help. How about that as an idea? Do y'all like that idea? I think that's a good idea. So I'm up. Yeah, he's one of the ones I'm working with, and he's. I'm glad he said that. Thank you, Robert. That was kind of you. That's the 3-number plan. I believe truly that at the beginning that consistency trumps volume. I know that's kind of unorthodox, but this is what I mean by that. I believe that volume is our number one goal, but we've got to get people to crawl before they can run. We got to get money in their pocket. So what I want to do is tell you that I have people on a 2 minimum plan. That's 8 apps in a month. They'll come up and write 12 in 1 week the next month, and then they'll do 0, 0, 0. I need you to stay connected to the system. I need you to get used to writing apps. I'd rather have the 8 than the 12 in the beginning because I need consistency. Think of me as an accountability partner. You go to a gym, you're less likely to work out if nobody's meeting you there. Does that make sense? Okay, all right. So, with the time I got left, I just want to tell you that I can't really share all my secrets today because if I share all my secrets of how I get people to move, I won't be able to use them because you'll know what I'm doing because I'm a trickster. I'm the god of mischief, like Loki. Y'all don't know who that is probably, but Loki. All right, so here's the problem with people that want to just go back to the want to and need to. They stuck there. They don't want to have a conversation about willing and going to. They are living in yesterday. Yesterday. So what I have to do is to get them to recognize that yesterday is toxic. And the way that I do that is most people don't want to dial for one reason. They hate rejection. So I need to get them to quit celebrating yesterday and quit fearing rejection and flip the script. I need to get them to fear yesterday and celebrate rejection. When they get rejected, have a celebration. All right? So my strategies that I talk to them about are, and I'm not going to get into the things that I say to them because I got some really tricky things that I do. I will trick you into being successful. I'm just warning you, I will do that. And I'm going to get you to I'm going to build hope in your life, hope and trust in your life that you can trust today and believe that things can get better tomorrow. That's what I do to get you out of this doubt, negative self-talk that affects your want to. And when I was I love the Beatles, but I pulled up the song that I love the Beatles, and I said, this is the most disturbing crap I didn't even realize I was singing this all this year. Listen to this crap. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as they're here to stay. Oh, but I believe in yesterday. How disturbing is that? It goes on. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. But oh, I believe in yesterday. I'm not going to sing it. No, I'm not doing that. Y'all got to pay to see that. So, well, y'all did pay. You got to pay me. All right. All right. All right. So, look. Huh? Oh, yeah. That's right. Don't do depth. Yeah. That's right. Andy's right. Got to do the depth. So, yeah. So once I start working with people, then this whole idea that Andy, this novel idea that he has that nobody really pays attention to when he says it, it's called driving depth. And so I paid attention to it. And so what I do to drive depth is this. I decided that when I'm talking to somebody that I'm working with and I got them going consistently and they're doing their 3-number plan and everything's working out, then I have this unique conversation called, hey, do you have any friends? Not that want to sell insurance. You just have any friends. And you know what I tease them with? I tease them with the animal test. I tell them about the animal test, and he go, hey, I like that animal test. I'm like, hey, do you have any buddies? I got about 10 buddies if you do a free reading. I say, well, get them on the phone. One other night I had a guy, and he got 10 of his buddies and their girlfriends, and they got on there, and they were drinking beer, and we had a beer party, me reading the animal test to them. Then they go, what do you do for a living? I'm like, well, you really want to know? I'll tell you. Then I tell them about the opportunity. They're like, well, hey, that sounds pretty good. I said, hey, do you have 10 more people get on here? We'll have another beer party next week. I don't stop once I get down, Fitz, when I get down 10, I keep going. There's somebody down there who wants to do this thing. So, get ready, because I'm going to find out if you got any friends. I ain't going to hit them with the opportunity right off the bat. Okay? All right, so I'm running out of time, but I just want to say, to get people to be willing to, they got to recognize the opportunity. They've got to fight this urge to live in the past, like I said, and procrastinate, because that's where excuse lives, is procrastination. It lives in procrastination. So this song, I'll leave you with this song. Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison Blue. I'm just going to read a little stanza. I'm out of time. I hear the train a-coming. It's rolling around a bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps a-rolling on down to San Antonio. Don't let that be your life, where every day you watch that train go by and you hang your head low because you ain't done nothing to change your life. Get on the train. Take advantage of an opportunity before the train passes you by. My name's Jeff Bright. I've enjoyed talking to you.